Well, here we are, another day on the 3212. I think this is going to be the last day. Going to get this motor unbolted to start with. Should be 4 bolts in the corner there to get this taken out. Get that off there, and then probably work on getting the, I guess, frame, if you want to call it that, off of the bevel gearbox here. So I'll get this unbolted and we'll get this off, and we'll get today started here. Okay, so I got the engine out. What I'm going to try to do now is I got this long carriage bolt in here. I'm going to cut a little 2x4 to bolt in here, and I'm going to see if that'll stabilize this end here to get the bevel gearbox unbolted from the rear end here. So I'll cut that 2x4 now, get that put on here, and then kind of get an idea of whether or not I think that's going to stabilize this or not. Okay, so I got some blocking here in the back. I got that 2x4 on, and I've got this jacked up just enough. So I'm going to zip out the 4 bolts here that hold the bevel gearbox into the front frame and see how all that goes. So I got a bit ahead of myself here. I got to get the drive shaft coupling taken off that bevel gearbox first. So I'll get that set screw out, get that off, and then I'll get the 4 bolts for the bevel gearbox out. So there we've got our frame off the bevel gearbox. So I'm probably going to leave this sit like this while I do any work on this here now. Don't know how much more I'm going to do on this, but there is a couple idlers. That one idler over there needs to be replaced yet, and I'll get this degreased. I've got an oil leak here in the back that's pretty good that I'll have to figure out what's going on there. But yeah, that's probably about it for that for now. Like I said, that's going to be more finishing touches stuff on that. I'm not going to get too deep into the hydrostat there just because I don't know if I'll be opening up a can of worms or not. Anyway, over here on the frame. So next up, I'm going to get this steering rod taken off, and then I'll get the drag link that goes across the front end taken out here at the same time. So I'll do those next, and we'll see what we got to do to get the front end off. Okay, I got the drag link off. So next up, I'm going to get this here little bracket taken off that holds the center bolt for the grill. So I'll get those 2 bolts buzzed off, and then trying to think here. Actually, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to buzz these 2 out, and I'm going to get these 4 bolts here, and then that should drop the front axle then. Okay, so we got the main frame off the front axle. Also came with this here piece, this heavy bracket, and then the front axle pivot. So I'll get this all out of the way, and then we'll get this front end taken apart the rest of the way here. I think next I'll get that center bolt out, and we'll get that heavy block there in the middle taken out. So I'll do that next. Okay, so there's the front end all cleaned up. Next up, I've got 2 set screws here on, oh God, this steering spindle. I'll get them taken out. Hopefully this here comes off pretty good. I might have to get a puller on that maybe. Okay, I got that off that spindle. I did end up having to get a gear puller to get that off, and I needed the chisel to drive the key out. That thing was pretty rusty, so I'll get these shims off and get this spindle pulled out. And next up, I'll get the C-clip off this axle here, and I'll get that spindle pulled out, and then we'll get the wheels off, and that will be it for this project. There's the spindles out of our front axle, so I'll get those hubs torn apart, and we'll get the spindles out of those, and then that'll wrap this up. Okay, we got our caps off. One was just a regular cap, the other was a bearing buddy. This wheel don't look too bad for grease-wise. This one here, that is some pretty watery looking grease, so I'm willing to bet they ain't been greased in eons. So anyway, they're on a collar, a little set screw right here. So get the set screws buzzed out of them, get them collars off, and then we should have the wheels off. And there's the 2 spindles out of the front wheels. So that's it for this now. It'll be a lot of cleanup, get everything to the sandblaster and powder coater. It's probably going to be at least a couple weeks, if not 3, I imagine, until everything gets done and I can start putting all this back together. In case anybody's wondering how I keep track of everything, literally everything gets bagged from right where it came from. So I've got probably 40 Ziploc bags there of the bolts and where they all got to go. So I can kind of keep track of everything. So yeah, that's it on the dismantling of the 3212. That's as far apart as I'm going to go with it. So I guess if you want to follow along, give a subscribe, and this thing will be going back together here hopefully within the next couple of weeks, but that's dependent on other people. So until next time, we'll catch you then.